Friendly mark. Action!
Talking with this Spencer on mono and all these kid photos, I need a shower.
But his alibi checks out. He was at an Albany Hilton judging a modeling competition.
I play Walter Clark, who is a young homicide detective who gets promoted to homicide very early because he's involved in a shootout. And he's a smart guy, and he's aggressive in his ascent up the ladder of the police force.
So, Shane's father checks out. He was in Fort Wayne the day of the disappearance. My character's name is Don Owen, and in the world of Golden Boy, he is Obi-Wan Kenobi to Walter Clark's Luke Skywalker. He's a guy who was basically phoning it in for the last 2 years of his career as a detective. He just was trying not to get shot, man, you know, and then this kid comes into his life and it awakens something in him. He decides he wants to be a cop again, and he's a mentor to Theo James's character, Walter Clark.
It's kind of part of the kind of cop mantra, you know. If you're golden, if you're golden boy. I mean, it's a kind of phrase that we use a lot. You're the man of the moment, and you're in everyone's kind of vista, as it were. But also, I think it's about. I think it's a play on it as well, because on one hand he is that guy. He's ascending very quickly. He's very smart. He's got a lot going for him. But also there's a lot of resentment, and people want to stop him in his tracks. So there, you know, you could say it in either a positive way or a negative way.
It's an old colloquialism that when somebody is leading a charmed life, or somebody's just destined for something, is destined for greatness or what have you, you know. That term has been used many times. I think it's very appropriate because this guy ends up becoming the youngest police commissioner in New York City history, and that's a big chair to fill. You know, that was a chair Teddy Roosevelt sat in. So, you know, he'd have to be that in order to make it there at such a young age.
I hung out with a lot of cops, which was, you know, is the best thing to do. He's actually a current cold case detective. He's a first grader. He's a very fascinating guy, a guy called Wendell, and we hung out a lot. We went on, I was about to say drive-bys, ride-along.
I'm one of those actors that really believes you don't actually have to smoke crack to play a crackhead. You know, so I just got on a plane and said, give me this rubber gun and let's play cops and robbers.
I think it has a minor procedural element, but I think at the end of the day it's about the characters. And that sounds like a standard issue thing to say. It's about the characters. But it is. I mean, because it is about a guy and his story. Like the creator, Nick Wooten, he described it, you know, in his head it's like it's a 2,000-page, you know, book. It's a story about his evolution as a person. So in that way, you know, it's not about the case each week. It's about this person growing and becoming a very powerful man, but also what he loses along the way and all the relationships he has, and particularly how he learns from his mentor, who is, played by Shai McBride.
The truth of the matter is, the only people that want something new and different are television critics, because they watch everything. You know what I mean? If you watch television 24 hours a day, you'd be like, damn, another cop show? Another doctor show? Where somebody is having sex in the broom closet? You know, but people have their shows and they like them. They like doctors, lawyers, and cops. If I'm going to say that there's something that separates this from the pack, though, it is a more character-driven show. CBS is a network that's known for their procedurals. It's a very successful format that's worked for them for many, many years. And you know, adults watch CBS.
My character is Detective Deborah McKenzie, and I am the only female detective with all these guys, so I have a really hard job. It's miserable.
My character's name is Christian Arroyo. He is sort of the Iago of this show. He's a great detective. He was probably the golden boy before Theo James's character came in. Feels a little bit of that threat there and competition. And he's there just to sort of make things a little more difficult for people.
I come from a family of cops and firemen. I did grow up in Brooklyn, and I am Irish, so I'm basically playing myself. But My grandfather was a police officer for 28 years, so I grew up with that. I actually wear his ring on the show. This is his ring. He passed away, so it means a lot to me that I get to wear his ring.
We went through a lot of ride-alongs with the NYPD, and we have on-set detectives, so if we have any questions, they're right there to answer, whatever question we might have. I had a lot of training for another show I did, another cop show for the Los Angeles Police Department, and that in itself helped me prepare for this one as well. I think Golden Boy is a great title for this show because first of all, it's a cop term, and it's about these cops. And I think it's perfect because anyone can be the Golden Boy, and it's a real challenge and a competition to get that sort of level of appreciation. And what's great about this show is that you see each and every one of our characters struggle for that.
Basically because it's about this young police officer that rises to fame really quickly, and all eyes are on him, and he's basically like the star of the squad, so he's everybody's Golden Boy right now. So it is kind of perfect. Honestly, I think there hasn't been a cop show like this on the air in a really long time, maybe NYPD Blue, because it's more of a character-driven show. The cases are important, but it's not just about procedural. It's more about these people and what they're going through in their lives, and then the cases are second.
Golden Boy is so much more different from any other procedural because it's a great marriage of character and the procedural. It's not just about getting that case done. It's about what these guys go through and how they feel about it, and how affected they are by it to get it done.